Hello all. Today we are going to tell you about the Lake Natron of Tanzania, a 1.5 billion year old lake in East Africa. So welcome to yet another episode of Amazing World, where we show you the most amazing things all over the world and also the universe. In this video, we will tell you about Lake Natron, what's so special about this lake, what could possibly happen if you drink the water from Natron Lake or stay in the water for too long, show you some famous pictures depicting the dark side of Lake Natron, its exact location, the reason behind its caustic environment and its deep red color, why it's a breeding ground for flamingos despite being so deadly, and a lot more. So stay tuned. A 1.5 million year old lake with high levels of sodium and chlorine. When these components combine, sodium chloride, which is commonly called as salt, is formed. So Lake Natron is basically a salt lake. The bedrocks in the surrounding areas were formed by lava laid during the Pleistocene period, which is also the period when the most recent ice age happened. The lavas have significant amounts of carbonate but very low calcium and magnesium levels, which allow the lake to concentrate into a caustic alkaline brine. What could possibly happen if you continuously drink the water from Natron Lake? Well, the answer is that you will become dehydrated as you will pee more than you drink. Lake Natron first came into spotlight when photographer Nick Brandt discovered the remains of flamingos and bats along the shores of Lake Natron. The remains of these animals and birds had chalky sodium carbonate deposits outlining their bodies. The photographs taken by the photographer may look like the animals were suddenly stoned or petrified to death, or as if the dead creatures have been brought back to life. However, these dead animals were placed in living positions to capture the dark side of Lake Natron. Situated in northern Tanzania, on the border with Kenya, 70 miles northwest of Arusha, Lake Natron is 35 miles long and 15 miles wide and contains salt, soda, and magnite deposits. Like the Dead Sea and Utah's Great Salt Lake, Lake Natron is a salt lake with a high concentration of salt in it. The reason behind such high levels of salt is that the water can get into the lake but not get out. The only way out is through evaporation, which in turn leaves behind the concentrated salt. The alkaline water in Lake Natron has a pH as high as 10.5 and is so caustic it is capable of burning the skin and eyes of animals that aren't adapted to it. Despite being deadly, Natron Lake is a safe breeding location for flamingos. Up to 1 million flamingos nest at Lake Natron in Africa. Wondering why? Well, the lake's caustic environment acts as a barrier against predators. Not just that, flamingos are specially adapted to take advantage of everything Lake Natron has to offer. These flamingos have tough skin on their legs to prevent burns from the caustic water. The deep red and orange colors of the lake is due to the red accessory photosynthesizing pigment in the cyanobacteria. The alkali salt crust on the surface of the lake is also often colored red or pink by the salt-loving microorganisms that live there. The temperature in Lake Natron can reach up to a scalding 60 degrees Celsius, which is hot enough to cause third-degree burns in 5 seconds or less. Did you know how the lake got its name? It's from the hydrated sodium carbonate itself, better known as natron. So we hope you enjoyed watching the video. Have you ever seen any colored lake similar to Lake Natron? Do let us know by leaving a comment below right now.